What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew from the Superherocrew, and welcome to episode 21 of Comic Talk. This is the show where I talk about the comics that I decided to get this week, and today we're talking about Wonder Woman number 47 and Black Panther number 1. Let's talk. So I want to just address two things before we get started. Number one, I know there was no comic talk for the last 2-3 weeks now. I know I've been very busy with school. Finals are coming up. It's the end of the year, but once the summer hits, I'm going to be pumping out videos like crazy because obviously during the summer I'm off, so I have a lot more time to do more videos. But yes, so once summer hits, you guys will get more videos. That's the first thing I want to address. No, the second thing I want to address is, yes, I know, Black Panther number 1. If you guys haven't seen my rant on why I don't like Marvel right now, you could click the card. It'll be somewhere. Marvel's just not putting out that many good books. They're oversaturating Venom. They're putting him in too many different things and all that stuff. So I wanted to try out Black Panther number 1 and see how it was because the movie came out and wanted to see how it was, and it kind of got me wanting to read Black Panther, but I figured let me just get started with this new series. But before we talk about Black Panther, let's talk about Wonder Woman number 47. So the last issue, Supergirl punched Wonder Woman in the face, mentioning something about the dark gods, and Wonder Woman and Supergirl basically have this awesome fight. Very cool, an awesome fight. And, while they're fighting, Supergirl's like, it's in my head, they whisper to me, and she's saying that the dark gods are coming and this and that, and then Wonder Woman gets her with the lasso, her lasso of truth, and ties her up, and she actually ends up blacking out because I guess it's something like Wonder Woman asked Supergirl, what's going on. Supergirl just blacks out. Then we cut to Jason talking to these three girls, these three women, and I guess they're like shapeshifters. And they basically tell Jason that the suit of armor is something that Zeus was supposed to give Diana, Wonder Woman, to fight the dark gods, but it ended up going to Jason instead. And he's like, basically he can't get rid of it. Then we cut to Argus. Steve gets into contact with Wonder Woman, and they're like, okay, well, the dark gods are here already. And then we cut to the dark gods, and then they're just like these floating, looks like stone things. They call them monoliths, and they start shooting lasers. But then Wonder Woman gets taken away by these like purple constructs from the Star Sapphires, and they say the Star Sapphires of Zamaron need you. And then they take her away, and Jason's like, what do I do? So the story of Jason and what's going to happen with that will continue in the next issue, Wonder Woman 48, and then the story where Wonder Woman helps out the Star Sapphires will be in Wonder Woman Annual number 2. So that's it for Wonder Woman 47. So this issue and the last issue kind of set up the Dark Gods arc and that whole situation. I hope Wonder Woman's not in the next issue that much. I hope Jason's in that issue more, just because I want to see Jason grow as a character and figure this stuff out on his own and all that good stuff. Because I like Jason as a character. I know I keep saying this, but I do like him. He's cool, even though he was a weenie in the beginning, and now he's, growing as a character. He's learning from his mistakes. So I can't just rush into battle and do this and do that. He has to think about what he's going to do and figure it out on his own without Wonder Woman's help. So that'll be cool to see in the next issue. And I also can't wait for Wonder Woman to help the Star Sapphires, because that'll be cool to see Star Sapphires and Wonder Woman. It's interesting. I understand why Star Sapphires would get basically woman Superman, essentially. But that would be cool. So that's going to be in Wonder Woman Annual number 2, which, well, I will also cover. And that comes out in the beginning of June. And then, so June is going to be like, you got the annual, then you have Wonder Woman 48, then Wonder Woman 49 at the end of the month. So next month is a lot of Wonder Woman stuff coming out. Because, it's twice a month, but then we got the annual, so now we got triple the Wonder Woman next month. But yeah, so Wonder Woman 47, I thought it was pretty good, really good issue. The art's pretty good too. So for Wonder Woman 47, I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. Alright, so let's talk about Black Panther #1. Yes, I know, it's a Marvel book, it's crazy, yes, but I decided I would take a shot because the Black Panther movie was pretty good. I did like the Black Panther movie a lot. So I thought, you know what, let me get into Black Panther, see how it is. So I picked up the first issue. So in this thing, we see the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, and apparently 2,000 years ago there were Wakandans, Wakandian people, that 2,000 years ago they went to a planet and made a whole empire. We see T'Challa, memories wiped, and he sees vision of this white-haired girl, and he basically runs through, he escapes like the prison that he's in, and then we see M'Baku, who's actually Man-Ape, and this other girl, who I'm not exactly sure who that is. They go and they fight the Empire. They're like the rebellion, I guess. They fight the Empire, and they rescue a bunch of prisoners, and including T'Challa. They take him aboard the ship. Then M'Baku takes T'Challa to their captain, and basically he says, like, you know, we're the rebellion, they're doing this, they're doing that, the Empire's doing this, they kind of suck, so, you know, you want to help us out? And T'Challa's like, yeah, like, you know, I got my memory, or like, because the rebels got their memory wiped, and they're like the unnamed, I think they're called. They're called the Nameless, that's what they're called, Nameless, Dead Zone, haha. So, because the Empire wipes their memory, and they don't remember anything, and T'Challa, all he sees is this white-haired girl saying to go home, or to come home, and then they tell him, oh, we're going to name you after one of our kings. They say, and to you I give you the name of a man who was born a king and died a hero, arise T'Challa. So, then we see M'Baku, that other girl, and T'Challa, and they're dressed up as, like, Black Panthers, and essentially gonna go fight the Empire. And then at the end, they give us a nice little blurb at the end here, explaining us some of the different factions, which is cool. So a lot of world building. And then here it says, like, oh, well, why is T'Challa here? You know, is that really M'Baku and, you know, that chick? And, you know, is that, you know, what's going on? Well, you'll have to keep reading to find out. So what I like about this is, and yes, this was pretty good, and I did like it surprisingly, and it's a Marvel book, and I actually like, and I actually like that I don't have to go back and read the other issues of Black Panther. Like, you could jump into this because we don't know what's going on, and they're going to continue telling us what's going on in the future issues. Right. So, what did you think about Black Panther #1?
Yeah, it was good. It was a little confusing because you don't know what it is. It's like one of those things you're thrust into it without any backstory, without prior knowledge, whatever. So, but reading it, it was really good.
Yeah.
You know, 2,000 years ago, the Wakandans left. And now they've
established
a galactic empire. So how did that happen? There's a lot of unanswered questions that they said.
Well, obviously, this is the first issue. And
well, yeah, I'm just saying. But at the very end, it says, why is, you know, the questions that you have, don't worry, keep reading, and we're going to answer all the questions. Yeah. So we'll figure it out. This is not a limited series, right?
No, this is the ongoing Black Panther series. So.
All right, well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah.
It started off pretty good.
So I wonder what's going to happen next. Like, I wonder how long this arc is going to last. Like, I
wonder if this is going to last, because every Black Panther book never lasted.
Well,
so
I think the last, like, series that was going on, you know, like during Marvel Legacy's time, I think it went to like issue like 20-something or 30-something, something like that. Mm-hmm. I know it was definitely in like the 20s or 30s, and then they renumbered it or put it back to the, you know, 173 or whatever the the numbering was. But then now they're going back to #1 from the Marvel's fresh start, and so I wonder how long this arc specifically is going to last, because I don't want it to be like, you know, the whole series is just, you know, him nameless, and then at the end of the 26 issues that this series will be, then he gets his memory back and then goes back to Earth. I hope that's not like that. I want it to be like 6 issues, then he gets his memory back. Like the 6-issue arc, at the end of that 6-issue arc, he gets his memory back. Then he's like, oh God, like, okay, I know what's happening. I know this and that. but let me fight the Empire. This is not how the Empire should be.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be cool. I hope they do that because I don't want it to. It might get boring and repetitive after a while, but we'll have to see where it goes. But this was very good. So, anything else to add about Black Panther #1?
No, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
So, what would you give Black Panther #1?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I do think it deserves a 9 out of 10, which is crazy because it was a Marvel book. I'm not too fond of Marvel right now, but we'll have to see if there's any other books that are coming out that I might pick up because, this is making me come back to Marvel, so that's good. But, so that's it for Black Panther #1. But anyway, guys, so if you liked the video, please like. Got any questions, comment down below, and subscribe for more comic book videos, and see you in the next one.